Superior hiding, superior coverage, simply superior.
Good morning and welcome to News on New Day. We're coming to you live from the John Hammond Street at Kanda here in Accra. My name is Judith Brown. In the headlines this morning. President Akufo-Addo says government will support flood victims in parts of Volta region, even though the electorate in the area do not vote for the New Patriotic Party in general elections. Also this morning, persons with HIV can heave a sigh of relief as the anticipated antiretroviral drugs, which were in short supply, have been released from the port. Also, we'll bring you details of the opposition National Democratic Congress demanding the immediate resignation of Attorney General for alleged cover-ups of government officials in Professor Frimpong Boateng's Galamsey report. And on the international front, at least 40 dead and 167 missing in DR Congo boat accident. Details of these stories and many more coming up shortly. Please do stay with us. Well, in our first story, the Volta Regional Health Directorate of the Ghana Health Service says it considers flooding in the areas affected by the Akosombo and Pong Dam spillage a public health emergency as urgent health measures are set in motion. The flooding caused by the spillage of the Akosombo dams has rendered many homeless, forcing some health facilities to shut down. Meanwhile, the Ghana Medical Association is expected to deploy a team of medical doctors to the area to offer medical assistance. The GMA, however, wants government to review the 13-member committee formed to address the flooding problems, to include the Ministry of Health. We'll stay a bit more on this issue, and there has been widespread criticism of President Akufo-Addo after his comments linking his visits to communities submerged by the spilling of the Akosombo Dam to votes. Now, pledging government support for the flood victims, President Akufo-Addo noted that efforts are underway to bring help to the affected people, despite the fact that the electorate in the area does not vote for him and the MPP. There's more in the following report.
Elders, I want the people here, you, beginning with you and the elders, to understand that when something like this happens and government acts, government is acting for Ghanaians, all Ghanaians. I came here because Ghanaians are having difficulties and are suffering. And it is my responsibility to try and help. Because if it's a question of counting who votes for me and who doesn't vote for me, I shouldn't be here, because you don't vote for me. But that is not my concern. And in any event, one day you will vote for me and my party.
Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for North Tong, Okudzeto Ablakwa, says saving lives of those affected is his main priority, adding that this is not the time to be canvassing for votes.
To spill, and all the indications are that many more communities are going to be affected. My concern at this point is not about elections. I'm thinking about saving lives. I'm thinking about making sure that my people are protected, that they can keep body and soul together in the various 19 camps that we have established. I think that those comments are not necessary at this point. Already my people think that his response was too late. The way he swiftly comments on disasters elsewhere, particularly in other countries, we didn't see that kind of response rate, and it took a lot of public agitation for him to set up the interministerial committee and then to come and visit us today. But they say better late than never. We acknowledge his visit. What is really important is not just mere visit, mere rhetoric. We want to see what plans are being put in place to alleviate the plight of our people. We have a humanitarian crisis. People don't have access to relief items, to blankets, to mosquito nets, to tents. We have developed a system that will ensure that all relief items will efficiently reach the entire 19 camps that have been established.
Well, we'll now go live to Godwin Asediba, who is standing by in Sogakope to provide us with the latest updates on the flood situation. Good morning, Godwin. It might have been a long night for you. Can you please run us through the present situation there? Well, Godwin is currently in Sogakope. He has been following the flood issues all through the night, and we're waiting to hear from him. Godwin, if you can hear me, can you kindly run us through the situation in Sogakope currently?
The situation here is really quite disturbing. If you monitor around, you can clearly see that most of these coconut trees are all swallowed by the water. And in the morning light of Benuakope, Sogakope, and the Akosombo Dam spillage has painted a surreal scene. We had the trees, which are once towering, stand half swollen by the relentless surge of the water and their branches dripping into the murky aftermath. Well, this is something that has happened years ago, according to some of the residents here, and the Waterfront Paradise Hotel is hit hard. Half of it is underwater, making people really scared. Even the kitchen where the cook has fridges and stoves now, underwater. It's not just here. Many places along the lower Volta Basin are feeling the impact. Power is out in a lot of the areas. The situation is tough, and the region is trying to cope with the aftermath of this big environmental problem. Yesterday, for instance, I was at the Sogakope Beach Resort, where at the entrance we were not allowed into the premises, but you can clearly tell that the water had engulfed the entire space of the hotel. From the entrance you could see staff paddling canoe all the way from the middle part of the Sogakope Beach Resort to the outside part, and just a few minutes walk from the entrance you could see water on the entire space. And where I am at the moment, like I indicated earlier, is on the roof of the entrance part of the hotel, and you can clearly see that there's water here. This is a summer hut where hotel guests who visit here will sit under, either to have a beautiful view of the river ahead or play volleyball and all of that sort. But at this moment you can just see literally the roof of the summer hut over there, and this should tell you how deep or how high the water has come up. So Judith, that is the situation here. It is not just this hotel. This particular dam spillage is having a huge impact on the local tourism sector here, and it is raising much concerns on how devastating the situation can be when this continues for weeks. So the water is on a very high level. Let's say if the spillage continues for about 2 to 3 days or even a week, the water might come up and get to the higher part where I am at the moment, and when it gets there, this will definitely get out of hand. Godwin Asediba, TV3 News, Sogakope, Volta Region.
Well, thank you very much, Godwin, for that update there from Sogakope, and be sure to stay safe as well as you continue reporting in the field. Now, we stay on this subject, and the Ghana Navy says it has rescued over 8,000 flood victims as of Sunday, October 15, following the Akosombo and Pong Dam spillage. Now, Commodore E.A. Kwafo from the Naval Training Command made this known during an update on the disaster at Mefe in the Volta region.
Rescue team in affected district is monitoring critical infrastructure and responding to distress calls to mitigate the damage caused by the spillage. It is the intention of the team to ensure that additional personnel and logistics are deployed if it becomes necessary.
We beefed up boats. We brought more boats here. We were 10 boats downstream. We brought some from the Western Naval Command. And we have brought experienced divers and lifesavers to assist in the rescue effort. Depending on how it goes, we may either bring in more facilities and bring in more personnel, or if the situation improves, then we may calm down. We may be keeping a watch anyway, and we are ready to respond to any distress call and help save life and property.
The Deputy Minister of Energy, Henry Ejapamesa, assured the affected people of continued government support.
This unfortunate turn of events has led His Excellency the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, to set up an interministerial committee to manage the effect of the flooding with the aim of ensuring the protection of life and properties of the affected people and ensure the victims have adequately been catered for. I wish to make a passionate appeal to the community leaders to support the effort of government as we do everything possible to save lives and protect the public.
The Volta River Authority VRA has projected that the water inflow into the Akosombo Dam is likely to reduce by the end of October.
The maximum operating level of the dam is 277.5. So you are left with 0.21 to achieve that maximum allowable operation level of the dam, which means that beyond this level, if you stay there for a very long time, the integrity of the dam is at risk. And we don't want to do anything that will affect the integrity of the dam. Increasing the spillage is also not going to bring any good news to the people beyond Soga-Kope. Increasing the spillage by even 1 foot may end up wiping that bridge away. So we are doing everything in our power to make sure that we save the dam and save the communities downstream, at least not to bring in more hardship to the people.
The spillage has affected almost all the communities along the lower Volta Basin.
Now, away from the floods, the opposition National Democratic Congress is demanding the immediate resignation of the Attorney General Godfred Dame-Yeboah over what they describe as his attempts to cover up government officials mentioned in Professor Frimpong Boateng's Galamsey report. Now, the latest demand by the NDC follows the Attorney General's advice that former Environment Minister Professor Frimpong Boateng's allegations in his report on illegal mining activities in the country are empty.
The Attorney General Godfred Yeboah Dame has revealed that former Interministerial Committee Chair Professor Frimpong Boateng has not provided sufficient evidence to support his report on illegal mining for prosecution of indicted individuals. The AG's advice, dated 12 September 2023, states that police investigations have not found any evidence supporting Professor Frimpong Boateng's allegation against any of the individuals mentioned in his report, a claim the NDC is strongly rejecting.
The said advice is nothing but a poor attempt to cover up the complicity of officials of the Akufo-Addo Bawumia NPP government in the illicit Galamsey trade. The claims by Mr. Godfred Yeboah Dame that there is no evidence to substantiate the damning revelations contained in the 36-page Frimpong Boateng Galamsey reports are simply false.
Director of Communications of the NDC, Sammy Jenthia, demands public disclosure of investigation outcomes.
What has the police done about this scandal since the matter was formally reported by Professor Frimpong Boateng in 2019? The Attorney General should tell Ghanaians about the outcome of this investigation, if any.
The NDC is demanding the immediate resignation of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, while also urging the OSP to expedite investigations into Professor Frimpong Boateng's claims.
This man, Godfred Dame, does not befit the stature of the High Office of Attorney General and Minister of Justice because he simply does not give a hoot about the interest of Ghana. The NDC therefore demands the immediate resignation of the Attorney General for this dubious legal advice.
The party also hinted at potential prosecutions in the future government.
Let's do some health stories now. Persons living with HIV can heave a sigh of relief as anticipated antiretroviral medications, which were in short supply, has been released from the port. Now, according to the Ministry of Health, government has cleared the drugs and its distribution to affected facilities has begun in earnest.
The Ghana Network of Persons Living with HIV, NAPLAS Ghana, reported a shortage of essential antiretroviral medications, which is crucial for viral suppression, maintaining health, and reducing new infections, posing a significant health risk for those living with HIV. The Health Ministry confirmed the clearance of the drugs from the port by October 13, despite reports suggesting a refusal to grant a waiver. According to the Public Relations Officer of the Ministry, Isaac Ofeba, the drugs should get to the various distribution centers across the country in a few days.
The drugs were cleared last Friday, and it has been moved to Imperial Health Services, where Ghana Health Service, CHAG, and other institutions that implement the administration of such drugs will contact them, and then they will be transported to their various distribution centers. And then we are able to distribute from those places to the various regions where patients can have access and then administer those drugs. I can't give the quantity of head, but I know we have enough.
He said the ministry is working in close collaboration with the Ghana Supply Commission to ensure seamless clearance of such drugs and related ones in future.
We expect to have a universal health coverage in this country. So we can't be doing at the expense of shortage of drugs or essential commodities that will contribute to the success of this universal health coverage. What is that this particular incident has happened? At a round table, it was discussed and arranged so that we don't, in the unlikely event, find ourselves in such situations again. And I don't think it has ever happened with regards to Ghana Supply Commission. This will be the first one, I think, and we believe that that will never happen again.
The Ghana Health Service, which is the distribution agency, has confirmed receipt of the consignment at its cold room.
Now, chiefs and residents of Ejura have refuted Ghana Police Service's assertion that 3 individuals arrested in connection with an alleged robbery resulting in a police officer's death are robbers. The Mampong District Court has remanded the 3 persons in police custody.
A statement issued by the police on October 11 indicated the suspects were arrested for planning a robbery attack on a mobile money vendor and opening fire at officers deployed to quell the operations. But opinion leaders and residents of Ejura say the police account of the event is false and full of inconsistencies.
The police came and parked their car, and my brother was informed that armed robbers are on the way, and that road is prone for armed robbers. And he has been working hand in hand with the Ejura Police Command. So after informing the police commander about this incident, the police were delaying, so he had to come out.
According to residents, the non-uniformed officers who were armed and had mounted a barrier on the Ejura-Serikura Road were rather mistaken for armed robbers and shot at. Residents are usually on high alert when plying the road for fear of being attacked. The labeling of the 3 arrested individuals as armed robbers by the police has caused anger among some of the youth in Ejura.
We are not security aspects. If we are coming to quell a robbery attack, that will take place around 2 kilometers. Will you come and stand here? How will you do that? You see that thing. So it was like a crafted story just to cover for their operational inadequacies.
Abdul Rahman is the chairman of Justice and Security Subcommittee at the Ejura Sechedumasi Municipal Assembly. Alhaji Wahab is not a criminal. He has distinguished himself as a community leader for decades and has never been involved in any crime. Whilst commiserating with the family of the dead police officer, residents want the Inspector General of Police to review the operations of the Investigations Department of the Police, since it is causing a lot of problems to the service.
Now, on the international front, some of 189 people rescued after a boat capsized in the Democratic Republic of Congo have told the BBC how they managed to survive. More than 40 bodies have been recovered so far, while rescue workers are searching for 167 people still missing. The boat was reportedly overloaded. Now, there were more than 300 passengers and cargo on board as it traveled along the River Congo, said a civil society group involved in rescue and recovery efforts. Now, another survivor of Friday's tragedy, Michael Busakasa, told the BBC that shortly after the boat left the city on Friday evening, the crew noticed that the weight was unevenly distributed. Boats are a common mode of transport in DR Congo because of the lack of roads. However, boat accidents are frequent due to overloading, a lack of maintenance, and traveling at night. Many passengers also do not wear life jackets. And that's all for the 6 a.m. news here on TV3. My name is Judith Brown. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with New Day.